torches. I love torches. Bic lighter, a mini Bic with a mini wheel, and it's rough on my gloved thumb. Why do I have my little mini set of torches? Made in Canada. I buy them on eBay. Sometimes people sell them cheap. They're worn out, broken. My buddy rebuilds them. He's actually closing his shop and moving into his basement. Rent went up. Can't afford it. 6.5 turbo diesel, lying here on its side on the edge of a tire like a big lump of junk. We've been beating on this guy to get to it, and he's just one-man shop and had his problems last week with the cold weather, I tell you. So he was sandblasting for an hour this morning. Didn't take anything off the motor because you can't get any sand in, it'll force its way in. But this motor that we're going to put in the white one I bought in Phoenix 3.5 years ago, this is the motor that came out of the crew cab, which is gone. So, in order to help this guy out, he's a one-man shop and he's had his problems. Boy, I'll tell you in a minute. All these double studs, they're a pain in the butt because when you unscrew the top nut, the bottom one starts to unscrew, and if you got a bracket in the way, you can't remove the bracket properly because it forces it. So I've been taking my little set of torches. I've got lots of them. I love them. I even brought a spare bottle of oxygen. Never know. You heat them up with this little antique Purox torch, probably from the 50s or 60s. Little baby torch, good enough for the job. Heat up the nut, cherry red. If it's next to some plastic, like the relay for the glow plugs, which has got a crack at the corner. Heat it up, spray a bit of water to keep it from overheating, then the nut just unscrews like butter. Then you can remove the top nut and take the brackets off. Boost control bracket. And that's what I've been doing for the last hour. This is the oil line that popped on that white 94 last year for the round steering column, no airbag, first year for electronic throttle. There's a little C-clip there. It snapped and the oil line just backed out just a tiny bit, not a lot. Lost all its oil pressure. So I got to buy some new clamps for that. Rusted. So that's what I'm doing. We got some glow plugs here. It broke right off, just rusted away. So I'm going to take all those out. We've got some new ones that I bought, some Bosch Dura Temp, I think they are, from Amazon. $8.50 each with free shipping. I was going to put them in the turbo weasel. So I'll see what I got for good ones, and I'll just put some spares. I got a bunch of odds and ends. Just hope they aren't swelled when they come out of the block. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take all the double studs off to make sure my buddy doesn't have any trouble. I always thought this fuel filter went into the block, but it doesn't. It just sits in a recess in a cavity, wide open to the breeze. Fuel in, it's got a heater, water temp. I wish he would have cut the wire harness off of the truck to leave it with the other side just in case you get broken ones. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll show you what I'm doing. People don't believe the little tricks I've learned over the years. What I'm doing is heating up the studs, cherry red. I'm going to take it off of back row. Hang on a second.